Rite Marketplace partnered with the Boys and Girls Club of Chicopee to donate food and other essential items to hundreds of local families today.
It's just our first stop as Western Mass News goes town by town. The event is part of the retailer's Feeding Minds and Bodies campaign to help put an end to food insecurity. A total of 400 local families received boxes of food, personal care items, children's books, backpacks filled with school supplies, and other essential items.
A blood donation drive was held at Cooley Dickinson Hospital in Northampton earlier today. The blood mobile was set up in the parking lot right in front of the hospital's north building from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. All blood donors received a $10 gift card for their donation.
And finally, Town by Town takes us to Springfield, where MGM held a huge electronics recycling event. People were able to bring in any of their old electronic devices like televisions, phones, and gaming systems. The event ran from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
When we come back, Don has one last look at our first alert forecast.